My God, I'm putting this into your life, and I'm praying that you'll get an even greater revelation of it than I already have. No good thing will He withhold. God is looking for someone into whom He can release every blessing. God is looking for someone into whom He can release every blessing, spiritual, physical, financial. And He can do that because they can handle it, because they have pre-qualified themselves for it by being the person who does the right thing, who walks uprightly. God said, I will hold nothing back from you if you will just do that. And before we get to that, we need to understand that requirement, because that becomes the issue. Because unfortunately, uprightness in our society is an archaic matter. Huh? You say to people, you need to walk uprightly. They say, okay, I'll get to it. I want to preach a minute. I'll guarantee you this, that this morning in churches all over the place, they're going to be filled with American churches singing stupid songs. Some of them just need to be burned. Here's my favorite worst one. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm going to get my blessing right now. Don't sing it around me. I will slap the mouth off of you. Some of you, my God, that's my favorite song. You've got it in your iTunes right now. Erase it. It is the stupidest, most selfish. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. It is the encapsulation of the 21st century gimme, gimme, my name is Jimmy theology. And wait, I'm gonna preach this. And their fullest expectation is that God's gonna do that. Oh, God, God's gonna do that for me. But all week long, they have done nothing to position themselves for that and everything to disqualify themselves from it. What makes you think that you can now come in church after you've lived like the devil himself all week long and sing, I'm going to get my blessing, and God's going to go, okay, baby, here you go. I'll just open it up and pour it all out on you. Because the conditions of God have not been met. You don't hear this in church all the time. You didn't think you were going to hear it at Family Entertainment Center. That's what they call us. Some of y'all got friends and you know that's what they call us. Family Entertainment Center. I'll tell you this, they never say that to my face. Well-meaning altar workers, elders and pastors will respond to someone's tears at the altar. And they'll lay their little arms over their shoulders and they will pray prayers that God is in no way obligated to answer. Oh, God, bless brother so-and-so right here, right now. Just bless this precious child. You know, they're praying for you to bless them and pour so many things into their life. Oh, God, bless them, bless them, bless them. God's not obligated to answer that because the conditions of God have not been met. And in many cases, ignored. And in some cases, intentionally disobeyed. And you cannot make it any more complicated to this because it's not. But the key to all this is that you have to walk uprightly. And to walk uprightly does not convey just one single thought, but a myriad of different thoughts. To walk uprightly communicates some of the greatest, deepest truths of obedience in all of God's Word. To walk uprightly means that you walk in integrity. To walk uprightly means that you walk in the truth. You live a life that is characterized not by just moments of truth, but all the days. To walk uprightly means that you live without spot and without blemish. See, so we're all disqualified. To walk uprightly means to walk completely, fully, sincerely, and undefiled. And when you hear all of those words in conjunction with one another, it screams to us that it matters how you live your life. It matters how you live. You don't need me to tell you this, but since I'm preaching, I'll go ahead and say it, that it really matters how you live. And somewhere along here, it has to be said that if we want to get serious, that if you want to live however you want to live, listen to your pastor. You can. I may not be able to change that. If you want to live however you want to live, go ahead. But remember this, that whatsoever a man sows, that shall he reap. If you want to live sowing and reaping that, you can. If you want to live in a season or a lifestyle of incidental blessings, you can. But to step into the fulfillment of Psalms 84:11, that no good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. The time of doing what feels right and seems right in your own mind has to come to an end. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. That's all right. I'll talk to myself. Don't ever let anyone make you believe that it doesn't matter how you live, because it does. Come on, church. The life that you live positions you to be blessed, or it positions you to be cursed, period. Positions you for it. We can't forget this. Solomon said, the way of the transgressor is hard. If you're going to live like that, get ready. Pain is coming. The way of the transgressor is hard. Solomon said, there is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of the way is the way of death, destruction. There is a high price for low living. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man sows, that shall he also reap. God has an expectation of how you live your life. And God, I believe this, that God is mocked. God is mocked every time we hear his expectation for our lives and then we ignore it. I'm going to say that again because evidently it didn't fly well. God is mocked every time we hear his expectation of our lives and then we ignore it and then ask him to open heaven and bless us. I don't know, maybe I'm preaching the wrong sermon. Or maybe you can't believe that it's coming from your pastor. I told you I'm going deeper. While I was working on this last week, I suddenly realized that our uprightness is an archaic concept in our world today. It's archaic. Every man, once again, does what is right in his own eyes. And we may or may not apologize to God for it. And if we're a church-going person, we're sure enough going to go to church on Sunday and you know, maybe even shed a tear or two. We're going to come to the altar and we're going to ask God to bless our ungodly lifestyle. And it just doesn't work like that. See, that's why ain't nobody shouting. That's why people are as jacked up as they are today. But all of this is still true. All of this is still true. He has shown you, O man, Micah 6:8, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? Did you do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God? And so what this becomes is one of the larger themes of life, the themes of obedience that precedes his blessings. The theme of holiness that precedes, y'all ain't gonna talk to me, that's all right. It precedes his blessing in your life. The theme of obedience that brings his blessing. In Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18, one of my favorite verses, it says, the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines brighter and brighter to the perfect day. Many times we skip over the just to get to the shining brighter and brighter. You can't get to that with skipping over this. The path of the just. You see, the goal of my life right now is to walk this out. I'm going to walk this out in my own life. If y'all don't want to, that's cool, but I'm going to walk this out because I want to receive the fulfillment of this promise. And for weeks right now, I have been walking into this. Anybody who stops me say, hey, what's God saying to you? No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. You want to see the fullness of God? Woo! You want to see the fullness of God? Then start living this way. No good thing will he withhold from you. And to get to that, we get to that by following the pattern and the command of God. Psalms 84, not just there, but the whole Bible. Some folks lose it at verse 2.